Hey everybody, it's Von82, and I wanted to do a little small mod spotlight, because this is a mod that I've actually been playing around with a bit, and I think is almost an essential for if you're going to do a lot with personalization. The mod is called Settlement Supplies Expansion. And I put that on a notepad and then put it behind the window because I'm smart. Expansion, whatever. But the point is, it adds over, I believe, 400 new fully functional things that you can add to your settlements. Items that are otherwise they might exist in the game in one form or another. You'll find these in churches. These you'll usually see the much, much more beaten up version. These are a lot pretty. These are all resources that are actually in the game, as far as I know. Nothing new has been added in. And they're just things that would otherwise be unavailable for someone to put up themselves. Like, the can chimes and the grenade bouquet. A porta diner, which is very funny. Alright, it's just gonna... But as far as I know, there's actually a way to get it. I just think that I have to... I'm not sure if you have to Fonzie it or not. Anyway. So, that's, that. Med Bay. This one's a little bit overpowered. I think it actually heals you and removes your rad. So, let's check. Nope. But apparently I slept with Piper. Okay. Institute beds. Undamaged beds. Oh, a shower. Which is nice. But, and of course a toilet. Now, there's a lot of other things it adds just more than the, furniture. It adds a ridiculous number of, new doors that you can use for your own personal crafting if you wanted to try and make yourself like a little vault. You have a huge number, and decorative items as well. But my personal favorite is that it adds in the military power armor station. The difference being the ones that you actually see most of the time used as power armor stations everywhere else are basically engine lifts, as far as I can tell. These are the actually the ones that appeared in the Operation Anchorage DLC. And I love them. They look so much better and they take up less space, which is what I really like. This is where I'm storing my spare power armor frames, because yes, I ended up with that many. But the other thing this adds is some things that are just a little bit awesome and over the top. So let's take a look. The boats are, of course, original for this island, but let's take the bridge over, which is a bridge I added in. Because someone decided it needed this. You can add a radar tower, barricades, this, little signal tower. I guess that's a radio station tower. I don't know what the hell that is. Vertibird. It's not functional, but it is, physically there. So you can, if you actually can get up in it, do that. Hop around in it. Cement walls. These are actually the walls around the Covenant, which is why they're not sighted on all sides. Cinder block walls. You can even get individual sections of walkway. There's only one real problem I've seen with these giant parts, though, because the whole front of this is one piece. And that is... It is almost impossible to get it to fit anywhere, because it has to be on flat land. And unless it is on flat land, it will not stick properly. So I had to make this giant, plateau for it. Now, the other really cool thing about this that I like, we're in the early stages of mod development, so the GEC hasn't been released yet, so... What we have here is all actual physical assets that exist in the game's files themselves. The benefit of that is that if the mod ever gets uninstalled, or, you know, a patch comes out for Fallout that makes all of this, you know, stop working, the items themselves still exist. I've actually tried that. So that is really cool because, you know, you have the actual physical asset in the game, from the game. It will exist when you put it down. That will never change. So there's one thing, the only thing I have against this, and let me show you by dismantling this vertebrate. Oh, wrong button. Yes, cloth. 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 And wood, I believe. Everything is made of cloth. Now, if you're a real stickler and view that as being cheaty, then it's probably not for you, let's be honest. I mean, these are actual real elements. I'm just doing a little deleting. And cloth for the giant bridge. So, may not actually be for you. But if you are just building for the sake of enjoyment after you've already finished the main storyline, and you have an absolutely ridiculous amount of resources on hand anyway, which I don't have any on hand now because I used it to actually, or I took it all to my main base, the loss of these resources would be negligible anyway, so you might as well just build whatever you want and enjoy yourself. So, my advice is, there are way better people than me out there with how to install Nexus Mod Manager. I highly recommend it because it's very easy to use. So, I would totally suggest you all go check this out because, let me show you, because it falls into different categories, like custom doors, and there are a lot of them. So many so that sometimes the images won't load properly, or load as fast as they need to. But what you really get, there's just so much of everything. And the only problem with there being so much of everything is that, in some cases, as you can see from the little icon at the bottom, since it tries to show you a picture, yeah, it doesn't actually work perfectly as far as that goes. But that doesn't bother me too much. I like that one. I'd put that one around my towns if it didn't cost 6 cloth to build. So, my advice, check it out if you have reached endgame content and want to build some super fortified settlements, or want to build yourself, your super villain lair or what have you. But, anyway, till next time, I'm going to probably post any more interesting mods I run across, so I hope to see you then. Peace out.